Hey everybody, Alex Kazora, SteelersDepot.com, back with some Pittsburgh Steelers news and analysis. And you don't have to be an Exodus Nose junkie to know how bad things were in week 3 against the Bengals on Sunday. Pittsburgh losing this one in ugly fashion, 24-10. Let's talk about, unfortunately, why things went so poorly Sunday afternoon. Won't harp on things too much. I know emotions are high, people are angry, and rightfully so, and you probably don't want to hear a whole lot of what I have to say. And I'm always careful not to make too many knee jerk reactions or commentary right after games, especially losses like this one. But a really poor performance across the board, offense, defense, and special teams. Things begin with the offense, though, as they have all year long. More of the same. It's the same Groundhog Day commentary, an offensive line that struggles, a first down offense that goes nowhere, more penalties this time in the first half, the first quarter in particular, a lot of penalties. All five of the Steelers starting offensive linemen penalized at least once in this game. They lost two guys due to injury, a core four and Green. We'll see what the status of those guys are. And so it was just ugly across the board. Ben was not good. The run game went nowhere. They just could not do much of anything. There's no deep pass game. The first half, I think the longest completion of the first half was probably 7 yards, and it didn't get a whole lot better in the second half of that one. So, um, not absolving anyone here. The blame goes around to the majority of these guys. Even the game plan coming out, I was frustrated with the fact that Matt Canada in this offense came out in heavy run looks. 21 personnel, 13 personnel against a Bengals defense that when you do that kind of stuff as the Vikings and the Bears tried to do the weeks prior, they're going to respond by going with really unique packages in fronts, 5-man fronts, 6-man fronts, really loading the box and putting a guy in every single gap so that you cannot run against them. And so the idea of trying to go heavy again when the Bears and Vikings attempted that and failed with this offense line, with this poor run game, is really confusing to me. And so the game plan was poor. The execution was even worse across the board. And then you get behind or throwing a bunch, and the Bengals' good pass rush really gets a tee off in this one. And so Ben was bad. The interception to Logan Wilson, maybe the worst he's ever thrown in his career. I don't know what he's thinking or anticipating or not anticipating clearly on that play. So too many penalties, not enough points. Bad on third down to start, got better as the game went on. The Bengals were kind of playing more soft zone coverage, giving up stuff underneath. In terms of the positives, very few. Frymuth, his first touchdown. Najee Harris sets the Steelers single game record with receptions by running back with 14 of them. Claypool played okay, I think, and that's about the extent of it. Juju Smith-Schuster had a rib injury, did not return. So you have injuries on top of poor play, and you got Green Bay coming to town next weekend. So probably gonna need points in that one, and points right now at a premium for the Steelers offense. Defensively, knew the Steelers would be in tough shape without T.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith in this one, and the lack of those guys, plus no Tyson Alualu, Stephon Tuitt, etc. Really evident in this one. Zero pass rush. I mean that basically literally. Zero quarterback sacks, zero quarterback hits in this game. Now, granted, the Bengals didn't have to throw the football a lot. I think Joe Burrow just attempted 18 passes, probably dropped back. I don't know, about 18, 20 times in this one. So there wasn't a whole lot of passing in this one, obviously, but still the pass rush was poor when you're putting guys like, Jameer Jones and Derek Tuska and asking them to do the job that usually TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith do. That forces his team to blitz a little bit more. It creates more one-on-one coverages, and you get James Pierre getting beat by Jamar Chase for a 34-yard touchdown end of the first half, which was a backbreaker. Steelers finally go down the field. They tie the game up at 7, limited time left, and you give up that touchdown the other way. That one obviously hurts a lot. Also thought in run defense, Jones and Tuska didn't do a good job of chasing backside runs and securing the cutback and stuff like that. But more minor stuff, I guess, in the grand scheme of the issues on this play. But yeah, still big plays allowed. Run defense degraded in the second half overall. Mixon ran the ball. He's a good, tough runner and showed that today. And so defense, although they did get the first interception of the season, Mika Fitzpatrick with the tip pass that Edmonds picked off. That was a nice splash play, but lack of pass rush there overall was really poor, and really not a lot of commentary for the Steelers defense because the Bengals ran about 41 plays today. That was it. So they didn't have to possess the ball much, and they still won pretty comfortably, which just kind of speaks to how just inefficient this offense was, with some decent drives, I guess, in the second half, but not really putting points on the board. Even special teams, Chris Boswell missing the first field goal of his career against the Bengals. He had been 53 of 53 on all kicks, field goals, and extra points heading into this game. Misses one wide to the left, which I forget what the yardage was. It was certainly in a makeable range for him. So maybe there's an issue with the laces. I think somebody said I'll have to go back and look at it. But even a bad day for Boz. You have days where you're three straight drops. I think Josh Carney said 7 drops total on the day for the Steelers offense. A lot of those coming late from Harrison Claypool, and even Pat Fryermuth had a drop. So you know it's a bad day when Pat Fryermuth is dropping passes, and so really just sums up how just miserable of a day it was for Steelers Nation. The big question is, how do things get fixed? Will things get fixed? And I just don't know right now. Obviously, go back and watch the tape. Um, this team keeps digging a deeper hole every single week. You kind of think it's going to turn around. It can't get a whole lot worse. They can't be any more inefficient and lackluster, and they basically find ways to do that and to beat themselves in a variety of ways with bad turnovers and penalties and drop passes and things like that. And the injury bug, really, piling up here, unfortunately. And so again, Green Bay coming to Actually, they're going to Green Bay, so they're gonna be on the road. I think it's the Packers at Lambeau next Sunday afternoon, and so the Packers can be hot and cold as well. But you're probably gonna need more than 10 points in that game. I'm assuming. I know they didn't get that in Week 1. Green Bay didn't against the Saints, but safe bet. Probably want your defense or your offense to get over 20 points, and that seems like it's a mountain to climb for Pittsburgh. 3 weeks into the year. So we'll see. It's ugly though. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything from this game, and we'll get after it and analyze this game the best way possible. It's the only way we know how after wins and losses like the one the Steelers had on Sunday. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you guys have not done so already. Appreciate you watching, and we'll talk to you soon.